Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And the big announcement for this week was the Master Grade Tallgeese F Endless Waltz version. And this is one hell of an impressive looking angel. I'm sure you've all heard me say it before, but I was never that big of a fan of the wings on the Wing Zero Custom, the Endless Waltz version. Not really from an aesthetics point of view, but just kind of from a practical point of view. But for some reason, this thing doesn't bother me at all. I guess the extravagance just goes quite well with a mobile suit piloted by a member of the nobility. In addition to those wings then, we're also getting the Tempest Heat Lance, a Heat Halberd that seems to be a Master Grade original, and of course the Mohawk is now replaced with a knightly plume. I feel like this thing should go on a crusade or something. And if you also want to spread some Deus Vult with this thing, it'll be releasing in October for 6,600 yen, plus P Bandai tax, because, I mean, the moment you saw this picture, everyone watching should have known that this was going to be a premium Bandai kit. The second big announcement then, quite literally, was the massive Hyper Mega Bazooka launcher for the real great Hi-Nu Gundam. Now so far this picture is all we've got, and it seems that we're even getting an action base to support this giant bazooka. A launch date, pre-order date, and more details will be coming soon. And then already the final new announcement for this week is how the reproduction of the Char's Counterattack Beltorchika's Children drama CD will look. We've got a beautiful new cover art done by Haruhiko Mikomoto, and on the inside of the CD case they even replicated the old cassette case. A quite neat design, and it's also just really nice to see all of the attention that this alternate version of Char's Counterattack has been getting lately. If for some reason you really want to get this CD, it is 4,000 yen or around 40 US. It will be releasing on the 28th of August, and of course, it's completely in Japanese. And in December then, we are getting a reissue of the excellent model RAHDX Sayla mass figure. You can choose to either have her with a gun or a salute, and she can be yours for 12,100 yen or around 120 US. On to the stuff we could get this week then. On the 5th, FW Converge Plus 2 was released for 990 yen a pop, and as mentioned previously, this is a lineup in celebration of the 10th anniversary of the FW Converge line, and consists of mobile suits that were a little bit plus-sized. They were too big to be included into the normal Converge line, so you can now get chunky boys like the Hi-Nu Gundam, the S Gundam Booster type, the Gotthard Latan, and an equipment set that has a little bit for every mobile suit included. Now, I really like the look of that extra beam cannon or whatever it is for the Gotthard Latan, and especially how that sensor looks. And what was also really funny to read was that in the announcement there was a typo, so instead of writing the 5th of July that they were released, they wrote the May-th of July. And that was already it for the new stuff this week, at least until we get to the apparel. Now, on to some other news then. On Sunday, Bamco will be holding the Super Robot Wars Steel Super Thank You event. An event that is, of course, meant to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Super Robot Wars series, or the Super Robot Tyson series, and this means that they will be having a look at the history of the series, and also announcing some new stuff for Super Robot Wars 30th, and also for Super Robot Wars DD that is on mobile. Now, I'm really hoping here that they will be announcing the lineup for 30, because, well, so far, everything I've seen about 30 is quite unimpressive, unfortunately. So I really hope there's some cool series in there, or maybe some cool new debuts. Now then, have you ever dreamt of becoming a Zeon mobile suit mechanic? Well, do I have some news for you, because in August you can get a 17-liter Xeon Green or Char Red toolbox. Perfect for storing all of your tools, hobby supplies, or even your fishing equipment. As long as it's Gundam themed, of course. And yes, you can buy Gundam-themed fishing rods. Don't act surprised, there's Gundam-themed cars available. And you know what also exists? A Xeon green/blue and Char red/brown parts case, which is again perfect for storing all of your Gundam-themed tools. And this thing will set you back 4,378 yen, around 40 US, whereas the bigger toolbox will set you back 6,600 yen, a little over 60 US. But that is not all. For 1,320 yen, you can get this multifunctional Xeon keychain that you can use as an emergency screwdriver and even an emergency can opener. Truly, the most multifunctional of tools you can get. And then finally, for a little under 20 US, you can get a Xeon engraved screwdriver, which you can then immediately store into your freshly bought toolbox. On to the Gundam apparel news for this week then. Strict G released some really cool record-inspired t-shirts this week for 5,280 yen a piece, like 50 US. There is the very emotional 080 t-shirt in either black or green, and well, it features the climactic battle between the Alex and the Zaku, and it's even got the silhouette of Bernie as part of the outline. For even more depression then, there is the white or black Victory Gundam design with the phrase, "Don't you feel sad when winter comes?" Now, I don't feel particularly sad when winter comes, but I definitely feel sad when I think about Victory Gundam and all of the people who died in it. Like, it's one of those series you don't even give a spoiler by saying that someone will die, just like literally everyone dies. And then to cheer us up, they've got the amazing G Gundam t-shirt in either red or black, and it features Domon and Master Asia in one of their most iconic poses of the entire series, and then also features one of Domon's iconic phrases at the bottom. Although I'm afraid it's again one of those cases where they translated the Japanese into English without really taking the English dub into account, because the phrase we're getting is, "This hand of mine shines and roars," which I believe is the phrase that we all know as,
"This hand of mine glows with an awesome power! Its burning grip tells me to defeat you! Take this, my love, my anger, and all of my sorrow!
If Japanese art then is more your style, they also released some really cool apparel this week featuring either a Penelope on navy or the Xe Gundam on black in a very nice traditional ink painting style. There is a t-shirt for 5,280 yen, a polo shirt for 9,900 yen, around 100 US, and a hoodie for 14,080 yen, a little under 140 US. And then also some really good news for the Hong Kong viewers. This week, a Strict G pop-up store opened in the K11 Art Mall, where you can buy some regular Strict G stuff, as well as some Hong Kong limited stuff. This is a Hong Kong limited neon shirt for $350 Hong Kong, and this Hong Kong limited neon tote bag for $250 Hong Kong. And just this morning, we got another really cool Strict G announcement, the Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Pop Art series, where the two main characters are rendered in a very nice pop art design. And you can get these designs on a t-shirt for 4,180 yen, around 40 US, a tote bag for 2,750 yen, around 25 US, a mini towel for 990 yen, 10 US, and for every 5,000 yen you spend, you get one of the two acrylic charms as a nice free bonus. All of this is currently slated for an August release. And then if you need even more Gundam Seed stuff in August, head over to the Bankore website, because starting today, they are taking pre-orders for the Zaft room items. And you know what? It's a pretty simple design, black background with a white logo on it, but also pretty stylish. It's one of those designs that, like, it doesn't scream otaku unless you know what it is. And you can get this very nice design on a futon cover for 8,800 yen, a sweatshirt for 7,150 yen, sweatpants for 6,600 yen, a cushion cover for 3,520 yen, a tissue box cover for 3,300 yen, a tray thing for 2,750 yen, and a stackable mug for 2,420 yen. And then finally, also from Bankore, is a black t-shirt featuring either the Penelope or the Xi Gundam for 3,850 yen a piece. And we are ending this kinda slow news week with the results of a poll from Gundam.info. Recently, they asked us which Gundam 00 machine we would want to see next as a metal build, because of course the metal build Gundam Dynamis Repair 3 was just released at that time. And the uncontested number one with 36.8% of the votes was the Reborns Gundam. And the main reason that the editorial department gave for this was its futuristic design and the unique color scheme. Combined then with its transformation. And like, especially on this last point, they elaborated a little bit because metal builds are generally pretty sturdy thanks to the metal, so they said that it should hold up very well as a very sturdy metal build. Then for the second place, the battle was quite a bit more heated, but the winner was always going to be Tieria. In third place with 12.6 votes was the Virtue, and then in second place with only 0.7% more was the Seravi Gundam. Personally, I think the Virtue in combination with the Nodley would have made for a more impressive metal build, like with all of those wires and whatnot and that transformation. But that is of course not to say that the Seravi is without its own cool gimmicks like the Seraphim Gundam. Then in fourth place, we've got the Dynamis with 8.6%, closely followed by the Cherubim. Then for sixth place, we had another very close call between the Alleluia and Hallelujah units with 5.4% for the Kyrios and 5.2% for the Arios Gundam. And then all the way at the bottom of the list, we have the Throne Gundams, but what I really like is that they are in numerical order. With the Throne Eins getting 3.9%, the Throne Zwei getting 3.6%, and then in last place, the Throne Dry with, very fittingly, 3.3%. Nice. And with that, we are ending this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.